Now, moving on to the next point. Now we are trying to understand, what does it mean that above everything, get wisdom, and what? Get understanding. This is what we find in the Bible. Why should you get wisdom? Why should you get understanding? What is the Bible trying to bring forth to us by telling us that we should get understanding and we should get wisdom? If you go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13, the Bible then says that, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Guys, if there's anything that you are to acquire in this life, right? If there's anything that you should make it your key point to get in this life, is wisdom and understanding. Before you try to get money, before you try to get material things, the Bible is saying, before any of those things, get what? Get wisdom. And when you get wisdom, get understanding. Right? This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us. But why is that the case? Why should you get wisdom and understanding above everything else? Because remember, guys, when you have money, you need to have the understanding of how to manage the money. The Bible goes to say that the fool's wealth is laid up, or the wicked's wealth is laid up for the righteous. I want you to understand. God is saying, you need to understand, have the knowledge of how things operate. And once you have the knowledge, get the understanding to now understand, okay, so if we are moving product A from product B, it simply means A, B, C, right? You need to know that I need to move product A to product B. But why should I move product A to product B? It is because I want this certain type of outcome, right? A mother who's baking knows that in order to bake a cake, I need to have A, B, C, D, E ingredients in their life, right? Or before they make the cake, they need to know that in order for me to make a cake, I need this recipe, which is going to involve this type of ingredients for me to be able to make the cake, right? Now, the mother also needs to understand that if I lack salt in this type of ingredients, I'm not going to have a final product. This is where wisdom and understanding comes. Wisdom is knowing, but understanding is a step further of understanding why you need the knowledge in your life, right? This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us, that in everything that you do, get wisdom, and above all, get understanding. Understand the things that you know. If I just know the law of gravity and I don't understand it, it is going to affect me in a negative way. This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us, guys, that get wisdom, get understanding. Once I know the law of gravity, now I understand that if I go on top of a 3-story building and I step out from there, right, from the edge of a 3-story building, I'm going to be on the ground, because now I understand how the law of gravity works, right? So don't just know things, but understand the things that you know as well. This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us, guys. And if you go to verse 15, right? If you go to verse 15, we realize that anything materialistic cannot be compared to her, right? Whether it be a car, you need to understand how the car operates, right? You need to understand. Of course, you know the functionalities, but if you don't understand how the car operates, you cannot operate it, right? And verse 16, if you go again, verse 16 then brings to us another picture that says that wisdom will make sure that you live longer with the wealth that you have acquired. If you don't know how to manage the finances that you have acquired, I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you've watched shows where people talk about how they blew the money, people who have inherited wealth, but now they're back to zero. Why? They didn't understand the laws that govern money. This is the same thing that the Bible is trying to bring to us, that know and understand the things that you are applying in your life. And if you go to verse 17, the Bible also goes further to tell us that if you want to have peace, get wisdom. Understand what are the concepts that bring wisdom in my life. What are the concepts that bring peace into my life. Understand the laws that govern peace. Understand the laws that have to do with peace in your life. And that way you're going to have peace in your life. Now, if you also want to be happy, get wisdom. If you want to sleep peacefully at night, get wisdom. This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us, that in everything that we do, let us get wisdom and understanding. It is important to know, for the Bible even goes further to say that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Because you don't know something, you are not aware of it, right? Because you don't know something, you're not aware of it. And therefore, you cannot understand something that you don't know. Guys, you cannot understand something that you don't know. This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us. And as well, how can you know something you don't understand? So in all thy getting, get wisdom. In this life that you are living, get wisdom, get understanding. This is what the Bible is trying to bring to us. That in our daily lives, as we are going on about our lives, remember, know things, guys. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. It's not. Because, guys, if you don't know something, it's going to affect you in a negative way. Whether you know the law of electricity or you don't, if you play with electricity, it's going to affect you, right? So you need to know and understand things. Ignorance is certainly not bliss.